Hey guys, Nick Reynolds for Really American Media back with another FAFO video. So we about to fook around and find out. Join me on this journey. It's a head scratcher, and more than likely it's going to leave you screaming expletives at the sky, thinking to yourself, what in the fook is wrong with people? Have you ever made a decision and then realized way too late what it actually meant? Well, welcome to Kennett, Missouri, quiet farming town of about 10,000 people. Proud, traditional, very red. In 2024, overwhelmingly pro-Trump. And they loved all the slogans that he shouted at his rallies. Tough on crime, secure the border, make America great again. And that's essentially why they voted for this man. In walks Carol, real name Ming Lee Hu. She lived in Kennett now for about 20 years. She's an immigrant from Hong Kong. She's got 2 jobs and does house cleaning on the side. She's never been arrested. I'm talking about a good person, a contributing member of society. This is the type of immigrant y'all said you were okay with. But when you voted for Trump's policy, well, you voted for Carol to be put in ICE detention, and she's now being deported. Why? Well, obviously because in Trump's eyes, his immigration crackdown, she's just another name. I mean, this is what the big problem was. You didn't think about any of these people as humans, and especially you didn't think about these as humans you know. That's a big difference between Republicans and Democrats, in my very humble opinion. I mean, Republicans vote for what affects them, while Democrats often vote with empathy. If it doesn't hurt a Republican, they're definitely not going to vote to make that change, to make this a better place for everyone who lives here. This doesn't just stop with Carol. This is spreading across the country rapidly. We have seen it like crazy. In fact, when they talked to people in Kennett, they said, we all voted for Trump, but we did not vote to deport moms. And that's exactly what you did. Let's take a little road trip, see what's happening elsewhere across the country. Let's go to Georgia, where Republican State Representative Casey Carpenter is finally speaking out. Carpenter represents a really deep red district, the kind that eats, breathes, and poops red. You should probably see a doctor about that last one.
Republican Casey Carpenter of Dalton, Georgia, and his advocacy for a Mexican-born college student who was arrested in the lawmaker's hometown for a traffic violation and spent more than 2 weeks at an ICE detention center. Let's bring in right now Republican State Representative Casey Carpenter of Georgia. He joins us now. Talk about the importance of immigrants and keeping the economy in Dalton, Georgia, and the surrounding areas vital. And again, we're talking about legal immigration here. You're talking about legal immigration.
I actually represent a 54% minority district, but it's a deep red district. Our industry, it's got to have immigrants. I mean, there's no way around it. And so what I've said the whole time is, look, nobody wants people to flow into the border. Nobody wants all these criminals here, but we have to find a pathway for the people that are here, been here 20 years, that are of value to our community, that have citizen kids. The reality is there's industries, construction, manufacturing, hospitality, industries that require these immigrants. They are not taking American jobs. They're doing jobs a lot of times that Americans don't want to do. And so, we all supported electing Donald Trump with the idea that he was going to get rid of all the criminals, and unfortunately, these good people are getting caught up in the wash.
He says his community is now heartbroken, and I guess I have very little sympathy because, well, I have to go on this ride along with you, and I didn't vote for the orange buffoon. But this is also happening across the country. Let's roll on over to Palmdale, California, and meet a gentleman by the name of Oscar Lopez.
A disturbing outburst in Palmdale caught on camera. A woman hurling racist slurs and profanities and threatening to call immigration authorities.
I'm calling ICE.
It happened Sunday afternoon around 3:30. The aggressive and racially charged tirade was aimed at Oscar Lopez. Lopez said the woman passed by several times screaming, and that's when he started recording.
She mentioned the flag not being with an American flag on the side. And the reason of the Mexican flag is the food that we sell. It's nothing else trying to do anything else with it.
Oscar was born in the U.S., but it didn't matter. A woman wasn't trying to report a crime. She was trying to punish identity. And that's exactly the culture that Trump has created, where people feel empowered to threaten with ICE, even if they're U.S. citizens, because it's not really about the law, right? It's about fear. It's about us versus them. And here's the thing. A lot of people voted for this thinking it wouldn't affect them, that it would only be rounding up of the bad guys, the drug dealers, the gang members, the people who came in droves. But Carol wasn't in a gang. Oscar wasn't undocumented. And those kids, the ones getting detained, they were raised in red state high schools. This is what happens when people vote on slogans instead of substance, when they trust a reality TV star to do all the good stuff for their country, make America great again. It's all part of FAFO, and here we are, forcibly, all together, fooking around and finding out. And it's a travesty, dude. Thanks for joining the resistance, and thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the page as we're trying to get to 1 million followers. I'm Nick Reynolds for the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast for Really American Media.